What's up, YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 class setups that you can be using in Warzone rank to take you from whatever rank you are up to iridescent. These class setups that I'm going to be talking about in today's video have helped me get to iridescent on 2 different accounts now. If you guys don't believe me, I've been streaming on them every single day. You guys can come check out the Twitch if you want. Before I jump into these classes, I do want to mention G Fuel's doing a huge sale right now, and you can use code KP or the link in the description. Save big on all of your purchases. Now, enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the first class. So the way that I've kind of broken down today's video, I want to talk about the primaries that you can be using first, and then I'm going to show you guys the best secondary loadouts you can be using. I'm not going to talk about the snipers. If you guys are looking for a sniper, this is not the video for you. I think sniping is really unrealistic when it comes to at least a resurgence kind of mode. For the big map, it works, but for ranked resurgence, it just doesn't give anywhere near the amount of SR that using an AR does. So let's start this off by talking about the ARs and the best primaries you could be using in Warzone rank. So for the first gun, we're going to be talking about the MTZ-762. The MTZ-762 is one of the most popular, if not the most popular gun right now. The reason for that is because it has the fastest time to kill out of the most viable ARs or primaries you could be using right now, albeit it does have a pretty good chunk of recoil. I am going to kind of go through these classes pretty quickly, so if you guys want to see a full breakdown of every single setup, make sure you check out my individual videos. I've made individual videos on all of this where I talk about the class setup and why I use what I use for several minutes. First attach, we're going to use the Pulemyot Eagle Eye Sight. We're going to combine that with the close quarter stock. I'm just using this stock because it gives the best recoil control compared to the others. We're going to have to use a 30 round mag because this gun doesn't have a whole lot of ammo. And for the barrel, we're going to chuck on the precision Blackthorn barrel. This is going to boost our bullet velocity and our range the most compared to the other barrels. And the cool thing about this barrel is we're getting all of those bonuses just for a lot less hip fire, which we're never going to use on this gun anyway. For the fifth attach, we're going to be using the Cassis Break L muzzle. Don't use the Jack BFB. They significantly nerfed this by making it have way less bullet velocity. It also doesn't control recoil as well as it used to before that nerf. So those two things kind of combined make this attachment not worth using. If you guys are not a fan of the Cassis Break, or maybe you struggle a little bit with vertical recoil because the Cassis Break only does horizontal recoil. If you guys struggle a little bit with that, you can chuck on the Zen compensated flash hider. I have seen some builds with this. I have also used this too, and this attachment is going to help more with the vertical recoil, and it's going to give a little bit for that horizontal recoil. You are going to lose bullet velocity on your gun by using this, making it a little bit harder to hit people from far away, and it's also going to slow down your ADS speed, but if you use this attachment, you'll have a lot better vertical recoil control. And then just for an added bonus for this gun, if you guys do like using the iron sights, the best class setup that I've seen with the iron sights is still with that Cassis Break muzzle, and you either want to chuck on the Bruin Heavy underbarrel just for a lot more of that horizontal recoil control back, or if you're worried about it slowing down your ADS speed too much, you can instead opt for using the rear grip, which is going to help your recoil on both the horizontal and vertical direction, just nowhere near as much in that horizontal direction. The nice thing about the rear grip is it doesn't slow down your ADS speed at all, so you'll be getting recoil control without further slowing down your gun. Those are the 3 most popular MTZ setups to use. Make sure you're using the 7.62 and not the 5.56. The 7.62 is the battle rifle version. I know they just buffed the 5.56, but it's still not that great. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Ram 7 for the primaries. I think between the MTZ 7.62 and the Ram 7, those are the 2 main primaries you should be using. I will give a quick mention of a third one that some people really like still. It doesn't kill anywhere near as fast or have the mobility that the MTZ and the Ram 7 do. For this Ram 7 setup, we're going to be chucking on the HVS 3.4 pad stock. It's going to help our recoil control the most. It's not going to slow down our ADS speed. We do need to be using the 60 round mag on this. This gun doesn't kill as fast as the MTZ, but it also shoots way faster than the MTZ. So we're going to need as much ammo as possible on this setup. Cool thing about this though, being able to have the 60 round drum on this is it's going to allow you to get assists on people you normally wouldn't with that MTZ, which is why I like the Ram 7 over that MTZ. I find I get way more assists on top of the kills I would already get, and so it actually results in me getting more SR using this over the MTZ, despite it killing slower. Third attachment we're going to be using is the Cronin Headwind Long Barrel. Same thing as the MTZ. It's going to give us bullet velocity and damage range, but it's going to only torch our hip fire accuracy, again, something we're never going to use, resulting in us getting these pros for nothing. For our fourth attachment, we're going to be running the Bruin Heavy Underbarrel. Classes on these ARs look super similar. And then you also have that same option too as the MTZ, is using either the Cassis Break muzzle or the Zen compensated flash hider. The Cassis Break is going to slow down your ADS speed a good bit still. It's going to remove all horizontal recoil, meaning you just have to pull down your gun a little bit. Or you can opt for the Zen compensated flash hider. It's going to reduce a little bit of the horizontal and almost fully remove the vertical recoil. I opt for the Zen compensated on this. I know it slows down your bullet velocity a little bit and your ADS speed, but it does actually aim in a tinge bit faster than the Cassis Break, and the Ram 7's recoil is mainly vertical anyway, so I think using the compensated flash hider is much more easy to control, and it just feels overall more consistent than using the Cassis. Those are the 2 main setups though for this. They all have the exact same barrel under barrel mag in stock. You're just going to find that variance on the Ram 7 with the muzzle. Those are the main 2 that I just talked about. For the third primary, as kind of just a little bit of a bonus, I'm not even going to explain why. The Pulemyot has been beat to death when it comes to these attachments. It's been the exact same setup for literally 3 months now. Some people are still using this at some of those lower ranks just because it's a really easy gun to use, and it has that high ammo count to also help with assists and downs. It doesn't kill as fast as that Ram 7. It definitely doesn't kill anywhere near as fast as the MTZ 762. Maybe use this if you're just starting out ranked and don't have the other guns leveled up. Otherwise, I would stick to either that Ram 7 or the MTZ. All right, so now that we kind of talked about the main primaries, we talked about the MTZ, we talked a little about the Ram 7, we talked about the Pulemyot. We're going to talk about the two SMGs you guys should be using in this game. And those two SMGs are the Ram 9 and the HRM 9. This is the Ram 9 setup that pretty much everybody I've seen is using. It does have a little bit more recoil and doesn't feel as, if you will, mobile as that HRM does, and it does kill way faster than the HRM. That's the only reason you'll run into this, is because this gun will outgun the HRM up close. So make sure you guys try this out and see if you like it. If you don't like it, it's totally fine. Go switch back to the HRM. But this Ram 9 setup that I'm showing you guys on screen now will 100% kill faster. Using the stock for the movement speed, we're using the rear grip for the recoil control, 50 round mag because it shoots quick. The DR6 is just simply for a little bit extra movement speed, and the Zen compensated flash hider for the exact same reasons that we use it on the ARs. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about my favorite SMG, the HRM 9. I just kind of wanted to breeze through the Ram 9 because I think it's the less popular of the two. For our HRM 9 setup, we're going to be running the folding stock because it's going to significantly help with our recoil control. We're going to get 14% in each direction, and it's only going to slow down our ADS speed by 9 milliseconds. Something you literally won't notice. Going to be running the 50 round mags because we need as much ammo as possible on this gun. I don't know why I don't have any of the camos, so you got to start unlocking these. It does shoot insanely quick like most of the subs and most of the guns in general in this game do. So to be able to get those squad wipes with these, we're going to be using the 50 round mag. For the muzzle, we're going to be using everybody's favorite muzzle, Zen compensated flash hider. For the, you guessed it, the exact same reasons on every other gun. This muzzle's been beat to death, and I've been explaining it in literally every video. So I think that's the last time I'm going to explain that. I don't want to waste anybody's time or anything like that. For our fourth attachment, everybody's pretty much in agreement that the DR6 hands up is the best underbarrel, and you should all be using it because it boosts our ADS and our movement speed. And then for the fifth attachment, this is where you really start to get the variance when it comes to this setup. The main variance that I'm seeing now with the fifth attachment is between two different class setups. The first setup being with the Thor 90 barrel for the fifth attachment. The reason people like to use the Thor 90 is because it gives us a little bit of that hip fire spread back that we actually just lost by putting on the DR6 hand stop. On top of countering that hip fire spread that we just lost, it's also going to boost our ADS speed by a crap ton, and it's going to help with our sprint to fire speed and our overall sprint speed, allowing us to run faster around the map. It does a pretty good bit of stuff just for a little bit of extra recoil control, just 5 and 6% in the horizontal and vertical direction respectively, making this barrel incredibly popular. This is a class setup that I've been using personally for the last 2 weeks, and I honestly think it's the best. That second class setup that I'm starting to see pop up now, people are taking off the barrel and they're starting to use the high grain ammo type. The high grain ammo type will help you get some of your bullet velocity back, and it's going to help boost your damage range. And when you look at the stats here, I know it says that it boosts it by 15%, but we're losing a lot of recoil control here. And when you compare it without versus with, you're only getting 2 extra meters of damage range on this, which realistically isn't that much. On top of that, the damage range is already at 13 meters. I think most of your gunfights are going to happen under 13 meters. This ammo type wouldn't even make a difference anyway. But some people swear by it. They think that the high grade ammo helps them win more gunfights. And technically, past 13 meters, it will, as long as you can control the recoil. So those are the two different setups. One of them has that Thor 90 barrel, like I said, and the other has that high grade ammo type. I don't think high grade is worth it again. Bonuses you get just aren't worth losing that much recoil. Try it out, see what you guys think. I personally, though, I'm going to be sticking with that Thor 90 barrel so I can have crazy movement. Mobility and pacing and resurgence especially is everything. And then lastly, for the SMG meta, I just want to throw this in here. This is the AMR 9. It does technically kill the fastest out of all the SMGs, even faster than that Ram 9. However, it's a lot harder to use. The recoil on it is significantly more bouncy. You can kind of get away with using it from far away, but especially like some of those medium range gunfights past like 20 meters, you're not going to be able to hit shots of this consistently despite having that crazy fast time to kill. Movement on it's all right, and you can still get away with using it in some situations. This is the class setup for that if you guys want to try that. If you really struggle with the recoil on this gun, take off this barrel and chuck on the big boy one, the AMR 9 Enforcer barrel. It's going to help you a little bit more with the recoil control, but it still isn't honestly that great. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you guys want me to do like a full breakdown or anything like that of ranked play, that's literally all that I've been playing for the last 2 weeks now. How to get more SR or tips and tricks, little things that I found around the map to help you guys regain, whatever it may be, drop it down below. I'll try to answer your guys' questions, see if I can put anything together for you guys. Hopefully I didn't spend too much time on each class. I didn't want to waste your guys' time. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, please consider leaving a like to some of the channel. It just helped me out a ton. Thank you guys again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend.